Hey, have you ever wondered how you can leverage what's going on in your brand with hosting a podcast? Well, I am here to tell you. I am Dr. Renee Sunday, and I am the platform builder. So we're going to talk about, people saying podcast everywhere, podcast. So I'm going to let you know the inside secrets of how you can leverage hosting a podcast for your brand, that you can end up being the be seen, be heard, and get paid. Because the whole thing we need to be able to do with our brand is, guess what? We need to be able to monetize it. So whatever platform you're on, if you're on YouTube, you need to hit the button down below so you'll be notified when we'll actually have another session. Okay. And then if you're on Facebook or Periscope, just share this information with your friends and family, because at this time, this season, we all need to know information, because if we don't have them, you know what happened. If we don't, lack of knowledge, we end up making not good decisions. And my whole platform is, guess what? That we can make wise decisions. So let's talk about this. As I always say, I always give homage to my third grade teacher, Miss Chris McNair. She always say, start with a definition. So we're going to start with a definition that I consider for podcasting. So a podcast is a tool, TOOL, where we can actually share our message with the world. Well, we say, okay, we've written a book, Dr. Sunday. Dr. Sunday, we have a brand, we have a landscape business, we have a finance business. We actually want to motivate the masses. Okay, that sounds good, but don't be the best kept secret. You have to be seen, be heard, and boom, ching, ching, get paid. It's honorable to get paid. But we actually, as I always say, you need to know what you're doing more than anybody else. So we're going to share 3 things that you really, by hosting your own podcast, what you can actually do. And the reason you can listen to me, I am the platform builder. So what I do is I help small business owners increase visibility. Guess what? To be seen, be heard, get paid. It's all in the branding, right? But we do it via podcasting, publishing, and media exposure. Okay, you can't be the best kept secret. Well, you can't be the best kept secret. How are you going to get a return on your investment? By just putting the book up on Amazon, they not going to come. Back in the day, we used to say create and they will come. No, that doesn't work. We actually, first of all, let me say this just real quickly. I tried to self-sabotage my own self because the self-esteem and, been through the bullying, been through the poverty. In order for you to be able to succeed in a thing, you have to invest. And how do you think you're going to actually have a return on your investment if you don't invest in yourself? Personal development is what we need to do every day. I do it every day, okay? Every day. And I'm a morning person, so I tend to do it in the morning, but I do it all throughout my day. Okay. Because the thing about it, if my mind not right, I'm not going to be able to do anything. Okay. So the first thing we need to do as we know what a podcast is. We want to share our message with the world. The other thing is, guess what? When you actually are the host and you have a flyer and a website, okay, when your guest is sharing the information on social media, you get an exposure as well. By being the host, right? But being in media, just in general, you actually can leverage other platforms, because I'm actually, as you know, I've been on Oprah Winfrey's platform, part of the Bishop Jakes when he has his live events. We're part of the NFL in regards of media exposure. So how do you do that? Well, you have your own platform. It opens up a whole new world, what's called media. So I do have a Good Deeds magazine and Good Deeds television show. How do you think you're going to solve people's problem? How do you think you're going to monetize it? How do you think other people are doing it? Behind the scenes, guess what? They are hosting something themselves. So they having a virtual event, live event, a podcast. They are doing something. So you actually need to put something on your brand. It could be a morning motivation, 5 minutes. All of us have this right here. All of us got this. Everybody got a phone. Okay, everybody got a phone. So the first thing is, You know what a podcast is. The second thing is by you actually being the host, you actually get more exposure of your brand. Okay? Because people want to come to, guess what? The expert of who knows how to do it. Now, of course, you can always go over there to YouTube and all that. But guess what? What I like to do is tell people the mistakes that I've made so you won't make the same mistake. When you actually get exposure of your brand, the people are going to tell you what to say and what not to say. Most brands, most, okay? But you need to realize by you being the host, you can leverage it, okay? Because if you listen to any of the Dr. Renee Sunday podcast, it's always an advertisement of what I'm doing. All the products and services. So if you don't know your mission, you don't know your products and services, if you self-sabotaging yourself, that's not going to work. So it expose your brand when the other people, because all the flyers have your information. Okay. And the guests that's actually on your platform, they're going to share it because people love to have to show off themselves. Okay. So they're going to share it. Okay. Gratefully, I haven't had any guests on the Dr. Renee Sunday platform or any of my guests not share the information. Now, if they come in with a whole nother expectation that's not realistic, that's a whole nother subject. We'll talk about that at another time, because a lot of people perspectives are not in the right place. Okay. If you see people going from this, that, and that in their brand, going from this project to this project and not doing their own project. Okay, because everybody have the secret sauce. Okay, now number one should have been mindset, but we slide that on in as number two, because everything starts with the mindset. Okay, and I had to work on that myself. I'm not just sitting up here telling you stuff that I hadn't done myself. A lot of people do that. Okay, amen. But anyway, so number one, if you're coming in, how are you gonna leverage being a host of your own podcast? Number one should have been mindset, okay? And number two is you'll have exposure of your own brand. When you being the host, people want to know what you're doing. What kind of products and services do you have to offer? And that gives you an opportunity that you got to know what your products and services are. You already got to have a back end, okay, to know how to do that. Now, the other thing is, guess what? People would like to actually collaborate with you. And collaboration, people love to say that word, but it needs to be an even exchange. You can't just say you're going to collaborate with somebody and you're not going to give something. You got to have your brand together, okay? A lot of people, and then when you buy products and I know technology does make a blip, but people hunt you down for a $7 product or $27 product. Well, keep in mind, you're not going to get my whole system for $7 that I have paid over $70,000, maybe $100,000 to establish. Come on, be realistic. Be realistic. When you go to the different stores, I've always used Tesla. I'm here in Atlanta. You know what you're going to have when you go into the Tesla building. You already know what you're going to get when you go to Mercedes. You already know what's going to happen. You go to Neiman Marcus. You already know what happens at Walmart, Target, and Macy's. You already know. So why you don't value yourself enough to step out on faith? And that's an ouch. I know that was an ouch for somebody, because people want to pay $7 and get all your brain. I mean, come on. You want to have a strategy session and you want it free. Where is that? Not in this world. Stop trying to get stuff for free. Please stop trying to get stuff for free. So if you're just coming in, we're talking about how you can leverage being a host of your own podcast to leverage your brand. Okay. The first thing is really, as I said before, mindset. You got to have the right mindset to see if you have value to give other people. Okay. The second thing is you got to make sure that you actually want to have exposure to your brand. You got to have your stuff together behind your brand. Now, if you don't, hey, go into the DM and we can actually get your brand together, okay? Because you need to have, people say you can do it without a website, but you need to have some kind of hub. If it's a landing page, if it's one page website, you got to have a hub that people actually can see the things that you provide. Linktree is you can do it free, but it is a paid portion if you want to put your own branding. So to list all the people, all the things that you do. Let me give you an example. Go to this right here. Let me see. Go to this right here, reneesunday.com/store. Now, most of the things that I offer is on this thing. It's on there. But check this out. You can actually, I made mine as part of my website. Good morning. Good morning. Mine is actually part of my website. Yeah, but I do for my drop shipping companies. I do have a link tree. Okay, but go just for example, go to mine, reneesunday.com/store. You say people don't see what you don't have it in a uniform fashion. A lot of time, if your website is loading real slow, you see what I'm saying? But you can actually have this over, because we know Instagram, you only have one link. Okay, well, if you don't have all your products and services or a majority of what you're offering on the front page of your website, you're gonna have a little trouble, right? So you can, the key that I'm telling you this is you need to go to the link tree or get one of your website developers to do a back end of your website that you already have, like I have at reneesunday.com/store, and you can see what I'm talking about. For people that are just coming in, I wanted to give you some information of how you can leverage hosting a podcast for your brand. So number one is it exposes your brand, because when you actually have a flyer or someone knows that they're going to be a guest on your podcast, your information is spread across the globe, because people love to show off what they're doing. Okay, but if you show it off in decency and order. And number two, you got to have the right mindset, because it does take the whole village. So you need to have a team that actually help you in this journey that we call life. Okay. We just call not even business, just what we call life. Okay. And then number three, if you just coming in, was collaboration. Now, collaboration, it has to be not just one-sided. A lot of people want to come in, as I was mentioning, they want to pay $7 and get your whole brand. Well, that's not going to work. And actually, that's not even fair. Come on. You want to get my whole brand for $7 or $27, put a claim over there on PayPal for $27. Let me tell you, I have spent almost $300-400 and then get what I thought that I was going to get from a program. But that was my seed for them. That's the way I look at it. Because why would anyway, I just look at things different. I'm not going to put a claim out there on any your credit card or PayPal, nothing like that, for $7. Think about $7. You're not going nowhere nowadays to buy something in the fast food place for $7. So just think about what you're doing, and especially if you're a fellow coach or a fellow business owner. When you do claims again, that goes against the business. So kind of think about what you're doing before, and just let that be a seed. Okay, $7, 27. What? Okay, I don't want to get on my soapbox. This episode is about how you can, by hosting your podcast, how you can actually leverage it, and actually you can scale it like crazy. But you got to have the right mindset when you do the podcast, right? Then the next thing is you got to make sure that you ready to have exposure of your brand with you got flyers, website, one-page website, whatever way you're going to do it, okay? And you got to have a system for your podcast, okay? Now, if you want to start your podcast, go to the How to Launch Your Podcast checklist. It's at podcastwinning.com, okay? And then the last thing, collaboration. But collaboration go both ways, okay? It's a question came in over on Periscope. They said, Dr. Sunday, how long does it take to set up a podcast? Well, we actually offer packages. If you want to do the slow route, you can do the checklist. Then you can go to the masterclass. We do have a 4-week program called Podcast Profit Formula. And let me put that in there so you can check that out, that we take you all the way from idea all the way to launch. We give you the sponsorship, how to do that. We give you all the information. But of course, that is an investment. Okay. I mean, I shouldn't even have to say that. Let me see. For some reason I'm not spelling that right. But it's podcast. I still made a mistake. Sorry. I can't spell today. Profit. Okay, podcast profit formula. Okay, .com. There you go. Podcastprofitformula.com. Okay, so that's 3. Now, actually, if you want to be a warrior and go real fast, we do have VIP services that we can get the whole thing done 6 to 8 hours. If you got 6 to 8 hours in a day, that's best conducive for both our schedules, we can get it done. But of course, it's an investment for that. So DM us, or you can email us at Renee. No, let's do this email because we changed it. I forgot. Okay, it's hello@goodpurposenow.com. Or you can DM us on the different platforms, okay? So, all right. So we just wanted to come in and tell you just a little bit of information, how I have leveraged it. I mean, I being a podcast host, I've been on major platforms and will continue to do that. Who would have thought a little girl from Birmingham, Alabama would be part of the NFL media, be part of Bishop Jakes, be on Oprah Winfrey platform, being able to interview Bishop Jakes on my podcast, my TV show, been on the cover of my magazine, interview Susan Orman, Paula White, Roland Martin, the list go on and on. But because I actually got a coach and the coach showed me how to do it. So I'm here to let you know you can do it, but you got to actually believe in yourself that you can do it. Okay. All right. Let me see. Somebody else had one more question on YouTube. Yes, we do have a publishing house. Just DM us and we'll give you more information about that. What we actually do with that, we take we actually help you with the writing if you need help with the writing, but also, of course, we publish your books on the different platform. It depends on what type of book you want. As you know, Amazon does not do hardback and they don't do spiral. So if you're talking about a journal or something like that, we'll have to check out another platform. Okay. All right. Which we know we have a relationship with them, But anyway, okay, we just wanted to come in and chat with you briefly. If you want to have any questions, you can email us or DM us. But we wanted to let you know how amazing how you can leverage your brand by being a podcast host. But I really want you to know that you do have a purpose. You do have a calling. You do have a reason you're born. We all have to do 3 things. We have to believe, we have to trust, and we got to walk this thing out. We got to don't stop, get it. And what are we getting? We're getting our purpose, and we're getting our purpose now. I am Dr. Renee Sunday, the platform builder. We'll see you next time. I love you. Bye-bye.